You spent weeks perfecting your pitch deck, and the VC didn't make it past slide number 3. Most investors will decide in less than 2 minutes if they want to fund you or not. They're not reading every word, they're not studying every chart. They're looking for signal and fast. And while you're stressing over font or color, whether or not to include your latest projection models, what really matters is something totally different. I've seen thousands of decks from YC founders, and some get them a meeting instantly. Others, I don't even finish. So in this video, I want to give you a full breakdown. What should actually go into your pitch deck, but more importantly, what investors like me are thinking about while you're pitching. But before we get started, this is a brand new channel, so if you're interested in investing YC or just want to learn how to talk to investors better, please subscribe. I publish a new video every week. Thank you so much in advance. Let me guess, your pitch deck has 18 slides, 6 different fonts, and your 5-year financial projections. Let me save you some time. Investors don't care. Not about the extra slides, not about the design. You don't need a 25-page long pitch deck. Actually, you don't even need 15. The best decks I see from YC founders usually have 10 slides or even fewer. But of course, every single slide really earns its spot and delivers critical information. So let's learn together about which slides really do need to be in there. Let's start by slide number 1, the problem. This is the state of the art before you come in, what's going on and what problem are you trying to fix. This slide should be crystal clear about what the pain is. If it's too difficult or if I have to think about if this really is a problem or not, well, you've lost me already. Don't make it abstract. Don't make me guess. Your job is to make it obvious that this pain exists and that you're going to solve it. So let me tell you what goes on in a VC's head while you're pitching. Remember, my job is to come to a decision on whether or not I want to give you a lot of money. You start with the problem slide, and so on that slide, I'm thinking to myself, is this problem real? But also, is it a really urgent and painful problem? And is it a big enough problem to solve? If it's already something that I've never heard about or that I don't believe to be true, already I'm starting to think this is not going to be good for me with slide 1. Slide number 2 is the solution or the product. Show me what you're building, show me why this solves this problem, and show it to me fast. You should be able to explain your solution in 1 sentence only. This is the time where you can include a screenshot, maybe a demo video or an actual walkthrough, but don't take too long. I don't care if it's super polished or not. I care to see it live, to see if it works, and to see if it really solves the problem and if it's simple to understand. If it's too abstract, if it's too complex, or I don't believe it actually works as a solution, again, I'm going to have strong doubts. Slide 3, the team. Now, who are you? I don't want the fancy logos. I want to understand why you are the perfect team to solve this problem, and if you're the type of founder who's going to obsess over this for the next 10 years to actually solve it and make it happen. For the record, I've invested in founders with 0 industry experience if they're insanely driven and focused. All right, next slide is traction. Now is the time to prove that what you're building is actually working. Show me anything that proves this. Ideally, it's revenue going up very quickly, but if you don't have that, show me users, show me retention, show me charts. Founders love to obsess over TAM, total addressable market, but traction is more real and momentum beats projections every time. Finally, slide number 5 is the market. I want to understand your wedge. I want to understand your customer acquisition. I want to understand your beachhead into this big market. Basically, I want to see how well you know this market and how well you're going to penetrate it. However big your market is, you're not going to cover the entire market rapidly. I want you to start small and have the ability to grow. I promised you 5 slides, but I'll add a last one, is the ask. It doesn't have to be a slide, you can just say it, but basically, how much are you raising? How much are you looking for? Keep it very simple, very straightforward, but ideally tell me what you're going to spend the money on and how this helps you reach your next milestone. What's the next milestone? That's it, guys. That's your core deck. That's pretty much all you need. Ideally, I want to walk away by thinking, well, this problem really needs a solution. They're building the right solution that the customers already want because they have traction, and this team really knows how to build this. They're gonna succeed. So I want to dig deeper and maybe invest. Most of the time, I don't even finish a deck. By slide 3, I know whether I'm interested or not. And that's not at all because I'm trying to be harsh. It's just because when you review thousands of decks per year, you build a habit and you build an eye for what you're really looking for. Remember, my job is to say no 99% of the time. So here's what kills a pitch in a deck from the beginning. The number one thing is zero traction. Even if you have a big vision, a big market, if you haven't executed anything, go back to the drawing board and come back to me with revenue.
Show me the money!
Then a very vague problem or solution. If I don't know and get exactly what you're building and what you're solving for, I'm not interested. Too many buzzwords that don't mean anything is also a red flag. Or raising too much too early. If you haven't even launched yet, but you're already raising 10 million, that's a red flag. And so these examples are a signal to me that you haven't done your homework properly. But if you want to go beyond and actually stand out, it's not about the deck at all. The deck is not what gets you the money. What does get you the money is the conversation. This is where investors are going to be able to build conviction, hopefully from your answers. So you should be able to explain your project in short sentences as well. You can train with what YC calls the email test. Write your pitch in 2 short sentences and then ask a friend to read it back to you. If they can't, it's not clear enough and you still have work to do. The best founders, they sound like they're explaining this already 100 times this week and they can explain it to you with their eyes closed. It's fast, it's clear, it gets to the point. I've also invested in some startups with some very ugly decks, but the conversation with the founder was crisp and clear, and that's what matters. YC says it best: value execution over brilliance. YC wants to see that you've built something, shipped something, or learned something. They don't want you guessing, they want you building. And here's the kicker: if you talk to the right investor and your conversation flow is great, you might not even need a deck. I've had founders pitch to me without a deck just because it was my space, something I knew well, and sometimes I ended up investing. At the end of the day, a pitch deck is just a tool. What really matters in the end is, can you create a belief in the mind of your investor? Can they say to themselves, this problem is real, this founder is obsessed, the solution is right, I really want to learn more. If you can do that, slides or not, you're already ahead of 90% of founders. Now I want to hear from you. What's the one sentence you use to pitch your startup? Drop your comment below and I'll be choosing my favorites. And if you want more content like this, subscribe and stick around. The next video might be the one helping you closing your next round. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.